15 famous celebs who suffered and overcame mental illness. They talked about it without hesitation. We all hold a preconceived notion that celebs lead a great life and nothing problematic ever touches them, but sometimes that's far from the truth. They also face problems, whether it is monetary or even the health issues. Their life has many challenges that they cannot openly share with the world. But at times some stars take a step further and reveal the problems they faced or are facing just to help other people who are going through similar troubles. Mental stress is something that can happen to anyone, and in the case of celebrities, the chances are high because of the workload, media interviews, and many more things. Being open about the mental struggles is also not an easy task, especially when you are a celebrity. But some celebrities have done it with perfection. So, we thought of gathering the list of celebs who have suffered mental illness and depression and how they fought it. Number 1. Leonardo DiCaprio, obsessive-compulsive disorder. Leonardo struggled with OCD throughout his childhood, and while filming The Aviator, he again reawakened the situation. He admitted that he was fought with his urge to walk through the doors. He also promised himself of never letting OCD take control of his life again. In an interview, he said, "If you can do what you do the best and be happy, you're further along in life than most people." Number 2. Ellen DeGeneres, depression. Ellen DeGeneres suffered from both depression and anger after she publicly announced that she is a gay. After coming out, her career came to a halt, and people began to make jokes about her. She was even taken out from her show, and she lost all her money. But even after the insults, she married her wife, Portia de Rossi, in 2008 after dating for 4 years. Number 3. Carrie Fisher, bipolar disorder. Carrie is another celebrity who opened about her battle with bipolar disorder and addiction for many years. She even went to the mental hospital for its treatment because she thought that there was a chemical imbalance in her body. Carrie's battle with her mental illness was not easy. She felt unreliable and was not able to sleep due to it. It is even said that bipolar disorder was one of the reasons behind her death. Number 4. Drew Barrymore, addiction and depression. Drew Barrymore had a rough childhood, but she achieved fame at a very young age. Due to the early fame, she became the victim of drug addiction. She even attempted suicide, but with good support from her family and friends, she recovered from it. She again suffered postpartum depression after the birth of her second child. But the motherhood helped her to manage time and fight depression for the second time in her life. Number 5. Justin Bieber, attention deficit/hyperactivity disorder. Justin talked about suffering from ADHD in an interview with Ryan Seacrest. He used to take Adderall because ADHD caused anxiety. In 2016, he even cancelled meets and greets with his friends because he thought that they left him alone, drained, and unhappy. He was mentally exhausted to the point of depression. Number 6. Jim Carrey, depression. The comedy king suffered from depression for a significant portion of his life. His mental problem became so huge that he was unable to solve it alone, and then he visited a doctor. He was prescribed with Prozac, which is an antidepressant. Later, he tried to leave the antidepressant because he felt good and he did not want himself to get addicted to it. Number 7. Elton John, substance abuse and bulimia. Legendary singer Elton John is one of those people who used rehabilitation center to overcome his problems. He was highly addicted to weed and alcohol. He used to drink alcohol and smoke joints for 3 days continuously and then sleep for 1 whole day. He knew he had a problem and then he decided to take help. During an interview he revealed how close he was to dying due to drugs. He said, "Very close. I mean, I would have an epileptic seizure and turn blue, and people would find me on the floor and put me to bed, and then 40 minutes later I'd be snorting another line." Number 8. Angelina Jolie, depression. Angelina always kept silence on the issue of depression which she suffered during her teenage. She first expressed the problem of mental illness after the divorce of her parents. She also suffered from self-mutilation and suicidal thoughts. But she dealt with all her problems on her own and started living a healthy life. Number 9. Jessica Alba, OCD. Jessica also suffered from OCD, and she opened about her problem in an interview with Cosmo Girl. She said, "It was like a panic would come over me, and I had to do something. And once I did it, I was okay. It was really me needing to control something. Number 10. Gwyneth Paltrow, postpartum depression. After giving birth to her son Moses in 2006, Gwyneth became the victim of postpartum depression. She felt like a zombie and was able to feel her heart. She also had a problem in connecting with people at that time. She even compared it with the birth of first child, Apple. She called both the births as opposite because at the time of Apple's birth she felt blissful. Paltrow's husband was the first one who noticed her problem and helped her to overcome it. Number 11. Adam Levine, attention deficit, hyperactivity disorder. Adam Levine was diagnosed with attention deficit, hyperactivity disorder in his early teens. But the diagnosis helped him to understand the problems he was facing in his life and also school. Before knowing about the disease, he was frustrated with school and had no interest in going there. In an interview, he even revealed the problems he faced during the recording of his first album. He said, "On the first album, I remember very distinctly being stuck and not being able to focus. And I had 30 ideas floating through my mind and just couldn't document them." But he visited doctors, and they helped him to overcome the problems. Number 12. Heath Ledger, insomnia. The list cannot be completed without this man. Though he never opened about his problems because he died early, Heath suffered from insomnia and also drug abuse. He overdosed on the substances because he was not able to sleep. The drug was too hard for him to handle and eventually, it took his life. Number 13. Sinead O'Connor, bipolar disorder. Many of us know Sinead from her video of Nothing Compares to You. The singer suffered from bipolar disorder. In 2008, she and her mother revealed about her problems and explained that she even had suicidal thoughts when she was 23. Number 14. Britney Spears, depression. Britney Spears has suffered from mental illness for years. Many people close to her have also said that she has suffered from bipolar because sometimes she has maniac attacks. But still, the singer has managed to beat depression and her mental illness. Number 15. Catherine Zeta-Jones, bipolar 2 disorder. In 2012, Catherine Zeta-Jones was admitted to a hospital where doctors revealed that she is suffering from bipolar 2 disorder. Firstly, she was not ready to tell the world about this problem. Later, in an interview, she said, "I'm not the kind of person who likes to shout out my issues from the rooftops, but, with my becoming bipolar public, I hope fellow sufferers will know it is completely controllable. So, it is not wrong to suffer from any problem, but we just need to have the courage of fighting from it. Be strong, be healthy." Let it go.